gamers, my name is Mike Doherty from Chiptooth Gaming, and alongside me today is the heavy hitter himself, Kyle Bunyea.
Fat jokes already. It's my first one. We're going fat
jokes.
Hey,
we're just two fat guys.
Fat jokes.
Joking around.
Fatter than me.
It's E3, everybody. And this is concluding the day of conferences. This is Monday night. The Sony conference just ended. We just watched it, and we're going to now do our impressions, what we think of all the conferences. Xbox right now, and then another video you can click on here for PlayStation. So go check that out. Come support us. Like, share, subscribe. Do whatever you can to help us out, become bigger, and do more cool, better stuff for you. So, Xbox. They started off today. They came out there. I would say at the point of Xbox, they were the best conference until Sony. So, just before we go down the list, what was your general impression of Xbox and how they came out?
Well, I mean, when you're comparing Xbox's press conference to the other two before it, it's like polish a turd, it's still a turd. I mean, they didn't come out with any games. They came out with hardware, which got, a rise out of the audience. They were excited about it, but really their games list, their exclusive list was a little light for me. You had Halo Wars 2. I mean, this is my personal opinion. I'm sure some of you love that game.
Nerds.
Strategy games are not my thing. What was the...
They showed
Dragon
Wars.
Quest.
Yeah,
right?
Dragon Quest. Let's see.
Gears of War. I mean, they had a few that looked decent.
But we just watched the Sony conference, as I said before. And in my opinion, Microsoft had games, but Sony had games. So I see where it kind of gets lost, because you see the games were so lost in the talking and the hardware announcement. You didn't get games like Sony did. You got games, people talking.
A pink controller.
Weird Minecraft demo that looked like it was from a 2008 Sony press conference.
They were very happy with their friendly update.
I thought that when the guy stood up from the VR thing, he was like, "Oh, can I join?" I thought he was going to trip over the table and just be a huge disaster. That was
one
a weird
of my
demo.
concerns with VR.
Go watch that. But so the games, what do you think about the redesign, the Xbox S?
It's pretty. It's white.
How it should have been. I say this is how it should have launched.
Yeah, I agree. It's not a brick. It doesn't look like a Betamax player from the 80s. It's sleek. It's what I think consumers are going to want, but I think it won't sell too well with their third console coming right behind it.
And this is where the issue comes in of why buy the thing now when you have a new thing coming out a year from now.
Right.
And they didn't give much detail on the Scorpio, the Xbox Scorpio, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. Let's just run down. So they opened with hardware, which I thought was really interesting. They opened with the Xbox S. It's launching in August for $300. No power brick. It's all inside. Very sleek, and launching with 2 terabyte hard drive.
No Kinect port.
That's
Kinect is...
Kill down when that in the Vita.
Yeah. Nice funeral tonight.
Yeah, for 2 things that...
And that game was Scalebound, not Dragonbound. You don't want people mad.
Dragonbound.
You gotta correct.
A bunch of nerds out there.
You gotta correct.
Dragon games. All right, and then they went into Gears of War 4, which... So, between the hardware, the Xbox Slim, and Gears of War 4, I'm sold. I'm now going to buy an Xbox One. You heard it here. The PlayStation fanboy himself is going to go out and buy an Xbox. I like how sleek it is. They sold me with Gears of War. Interested in Sea of Thieves and Scalebound and a couple other games they announced. But Gears of War 4, they showed a lot of story. What did you think of it?
Again, I feel like Xbox's conference, as far as games were concerned, was not my cup of tea. I've enjoyed the Gears games. I was kind of ready to let Marcus Phoenix go.
Yeah.
I was kind of disappointed to see him come back at the end. I was looking forward to new characters, new setting, similar to what we saw with another franchise that we'll talk about later. But just something new.
Yeah,
a reboot.
It's very Uncharted-esque in a way. I feel like this is kind of their send-off for the Gears of War franchise. I got that vibe. They might milk it, I don't know, but I feel like I don't know. I'm not very interested in the Gears of War like story, but I'm kind of sold on this one just because Laura Bailey is in it, and I don't know. This one pulled at me for some reason, so I'm interested to try it out with my new sleek Xbox S. Sea Thieves. A lot of people said this is what's slowed down the conference a bit.
Yeah, well, it's a different type of game that I think, as far as the longevity of it is concerned, I think you're going to have a tough time finding 4 guys who are going to want to do different jobs on a ship. They did the demo very Let's Play-esque, and it made it fun to watch. It made me want to try it, but as far as purchasing it and holding on to that long term,
I gotta sell you one.
I think that would be something that you look up on GameFly, or don't yell at me, don't cuss me out, buy used from GameStop in a year or two, and just get a feel for it and see what it's all about. I think it's interesting. I think it was one of the more interesting games, but I really don't feel like it'll have the longevity to get through, a year-long cycle.
Yeah, I didn't actually watch, I didn't catch this trailer, but from what it sounds like, from what you were telling me about, very pirate co-op, it sounds interesting. I'm willing to see as more comes out, as it trickles out, a little more media coverage, see some impressions, see what it's about, maybe get some hands-on time with it before it comes out. I'd be really interested in giving that a go. So, Scalebound, that was another one that was shown.
We mentioned it briefly, but it wasn't something that I really sat through. At that point, I figured it was a good time for me to get up and pee.
Really grabs you. Good job, Microsoft.
It was me. I mean, I'm sure there's a handful of people, more than a handful, that game is going to sell in certain groups, in certain rings. But for me, it's not what I'm looking for. I think, and we kind of talked about this as we were watching the Sony conference, I'm more excited about the unique ideas. Xbox showed a small developer with We Happy Few. Very Bioshock-esque,
yeah,
but also very unique take on what looks to be kind of a step-by-step adventure game in a very cultic type environment. For those of you that didn't see
awesome.
it. Awesome.
Right. To get a Bioshock game, again, that's not Bioshock, that gives you another Bioshock feel and experience. It's like reliving Bioshock just in a different world with just a different take. That's intriguing to me, because when are we going to get another Bioshock?
Right.
From creative people.
Mm-hmm. And for those of you that didn't see it, the protagonist, it looks as though he's a professional redactor. So what I was reading into was, it looked as though this community, this world, is very anti anything negative, anything depressing. So the whole concept seemed to be focused around this pill, this joy pill. Have you taken your joy today? Are you off your joy?
I love that.
It could be a very social commentary type game on antidepressants and the pharmaceutical industry in general.
Which I think is awesome.
Which is interesting, because there's a lot of people that feel that does a lot of long-term damage. But as far as this game is concerned, it definitely grabbed my attention more than anything else that Xbox showed. Not to say that the games didn't look good, not to say that they didn't look like they were going to be fun, but this unique idea, this new game from this indie type developer really got my attention and really pulled me in to the point where I watched that playthrough probably 4 or 5 times just so I could get every little piece of information out of it, because I was really curious.
Yeah, no, I think that would be, if you were to ask me what stood out in the Microsoft conference, I would say this, and then the hardware announcements, of course. It's just such a unique thing, like you were saying. Mm-hmm. I'm really excited to play it, and like you said, I really feel like there's going to be a deep social commentary in there, and I just think that's a cool, really unique take on. I'm just re-saying what you said, but right. I mean, you really nailed it. You really nailed what that game is, and I would say that's the standout of their press conference.
Yeah, I'm just excited because it was at PAX this last year, and even people, that's what I was reading anyway.
Okay.
Correct me if I'm wrong. But
those
that got their hands on it.
That's awesome. Okay.
Certain media personalities in the industry have gotten their hands on it, loved it, some of them didn't want to touch it again until it was done because they didn't want to hype themselves or get too much information.
Understandably.
So it's got some interest, at least in my video game library.
Okay, yeah, no. And then, you know, you got Dead Rising 4, which both of us are very done with zombie games at this point.
I think the last zombie game I played was Dead Island. Good game, but I'm...
Little.
I mean, The Last of Us you could technically classify as a zombie game, but I lean more towards...
You were also underwhelmed with The Last of Us, so nothing's going to make you happy. You're just an unhappy person forever.
That's not true.
That game... I'm not even getting this.
It was good. You oversold it to me.
No. This guy just doesn't know.
It's like when someone hasn't seen The Karate Kid or Princess Bride and you kind of overdo it. You talk about how amazing it is over and over again, and don't you dare say those aren't good.
Comparing The Princess Bride to The Last of Us.
I didn't like that either because it was oversold to me. But I feel like it was overhyped to me. I didn't get on The Last of Us train until it was remastered. Anyway, we're getting way off topic.
Go play your Skyrim, you freaking nerd.
I will.
All right, Recore, that was KJ Inafune's new game, the creator of Mega Man. Mighty number 9's a hot pile of trash right now. Got delay after delay, so I'm sure that's going to be fine. Come out delayed.
Oh, I'm really excited about that.
Delayed.
I don't know. Yeah,
so KJ Inafune has kind of burned me. I don't know how involved he is with this game, but from the looks of the Mighty number 9, if this is anything structured like the development cycle of it, I'm sure we're not going to see it for another 4 years. Final Fantasy, both of us. Bunch of nerds again. I'm just kidding.
Hey, don't.
I'm just burning down all the bridges.
I'm going to get fun of anybody. I understand the appeal.
I understand the appeal too. I'm joking.
JRPGs are not my forte.
Chris Barrett, he will be on the show eventually. He'll tell you all about JRPGs.
We just have to have food here and over here.
Food and money.
I'm a mess.
Spilling all over the place. Like a little kid. Sticky hands. Grubby little sticky hands.
Yeah, I don't like seeds in my watermelon either.
But Chris will be on. I'm sure we'll get him on. He's the expert in the JRPG. But Final Fantasy, I get the appeal. Not for me. Not a big JRPG guy. Forza was unveiled today.
It was beautiful.
Beautiful game. Not a racing gay guy. Nope. Not a racing gay guy. Racing game guy.
You'd probably lose. I'd probably lose too. Gay guys are in such good shape. Anyway.
Yeah. Toned. I live in the Bay Area. I see it. Toned. But... it's really a beautiful game. Again, racing games. It takes something special to get me into a racing game. It takes me. If you were saying earlier, it takes a kart racer to get you into a racing game.
Yeah, I don't particularly like racing games unless there's a heavy dose of mushrooms involved and my plumbers can be fat.
In the game,
hairy.
Heavy dose of mushrooms in the game.
Yes,
allegedly
in the game. Shiny bouncing stars.
We touched on it earlier, Halo Wars 2. Again, I get the appeal. It's a strategy game. Again, not like when I get my Xbox One, I'm gonna give everything a try, give everything a little crack at it. But there's only so much time.
It's more Halo. I mean,
again, they're playing to their audience.
Yes.
Xbox is playing to their audience, and they know their audience.
Yep.
So again, I get the excitement. Same with the Witcher card game.
The one part of The Witcher, and again, I'm going to get killed for this. I'm alienating myself to your audience very quickly.
Our audience.
Whatever. Never mind. Witcher I loved. Gwent was the part that it's such an immersive game as it is. Maybe this is a time for me to get to know the game. Yeah, but the card game in the game took me out of it. Okay. I didn't want to spend time doing the missions.
Understandably. I've heard a lot of people really like that game too. So
yeah, it is a well organized card game. The rules make sense. It's just not something. It slowed the pace for me, and I was looking to complete quests, kill monsters.
Because there's so much into that game already. You don't need to be gambling all your money away in the game, becoming a deadbeat. Right. Again, the Minecraft demo. What a disaster. Really, I really feel like that put a halt in the press conference.
I agree, but I think that
audience.
I think that audience that loves Minecraft, the families that play Minecraft are going to love that add-on. From what I saw, you can arm the citizens in the game.
Yeah.
So they can help you against
Yeah, it's cool things. It's
Right.
just more Minecraft.
Right.
It's the same thing with the Fallout, the whole Fallout effect. Just it's good. It's just more Fallout. I just feel like, yeah. So I mean, again, like I said, playing their audience, they own Mojang. Yo, Mojang. So that for me, that slowed it down for me. Limbo, the Division update, and Tekken 7 were all announced, and I feel like putting those at the end kind of.
Yeah, I need to see something from the Division. I mean, I haven't picked it up in 2 months. I feel like
it looked cool. It was an underground New York City.
Yeah, and it's very survival focused, and it looks interesting, but I worry that I'm just going to have that same grinding feeling once it's all said and done, because I will, because the end game still isn't fixed. So I'm hoping with that update, with that new content, that survival mode, that they integrate some kind of post-game story, post-game thing to do, other than just grind it out in the dark zone and try to up your stats with people that
cheating. Don't cheat, kids. It ruins the game. Just be good. Let's just all love each other. Just one big happy family, you know?
But my Fallout mods are fantastic.
Cheating! Don't do it. And don't do drugs. And then there's just some smaller things. The Microsoft Design Your Own Controller program. Sold, again, that's one of the things that sold me on Xbox. I'm getting it. I'm getting the Slim. I'm getting my own custom chip-tooth gaming controller. Gears of War character, General Ram in Killer Instinct. I like Killer Instinct. That's another game I'm going to pick up when I get my Xbox One, because I like what they're doing. They're doing what I want Sony to do, and they're taking their properties and they're putting it in other games. And I just think that's fun, especially for a dumb fighting game like Killer Instinct.
Right. I really enjoyed, too, since we brought up controllers, the Gears of War Elite controller. I thought that was very interesting. The textures on the front, the colors. I think that'll sell really well within that community. I could see that having a very, very high attach rate to those that buy Gears of War 4.
I'm excited. I like the Xbox controller. I really do.
It's comfy.
So I'm excited. I'm excited to dive into this whole new world.
The whole new. Don't
and
quit your day job.
I know. That's why I'm doing this. Chip-tooth Gaming. Like, share, and subscribe. We got Xbox Play Anywhere. Lets you buy an Xbox One game and play it free on PC, which is cool. I think that even phones, too. To an extent, you can stream it from what I was seeing and reading.
I didn't catch anything like that, but this will appeal very widely to their players.
Yeah.
Microsoft was very clear that all of their games were Xbox, Windows 10. They are going in, joining these two, and wanting people to embrace this connection that they have with their hardware on PC and on the console.
It's smart, and this is why I thought this was going to be so hard to top for Sony, because they went in a completely different way. They're just like unified. They have a bigger audience with PC.
Our Play Anywhere model is dead now. That's Sony.
Yeah, we'll be as the Vita.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
And I really felt it was a weird way, and this is just a marketing nitpick. It was just a weird way to announce it and say Play Anywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, who's other than some people are bringing their PC anywhere but their home, or their Xbox
You know who you are.
anywhere but their home. So I thought it was a weird marketing strategy to say Play Anywhere, but I understood.
It's cool. I like
Play
it.
Anywhere in your house.
It's going to be very interesting, the path that they're going down, and just seeing how much they want to integrate it to like the Windows tablet and like everything, which is really cool. It's the streaming, it's the PlayStation Now, it's the remote play that PlayStation had. I think they have a better chance of doing it more successfully because they are Windows, they are Microsoft, they are known for doing things like this.
Right.
So, better infrastructure.
Yes. Speaking of infrastructure, they also announced communities, which we've seen on PlayStation.
It doesn't work.
But Xbox Live is very much connected with their users, very much
they're
knowing what
do
they
right.
want. Yeah,
I think
that will work very well. Also, the looking for group.
That is awesome.
I had an app. I loved Destiny. I played it nonstop. But for those strikes, when you got a strike team of 3 and you're looking for a couple more guys to get it done, and you want experienced guys, you'd have to download a separate app. It's just kind of nice that they're integrating that into the system.
That's awesome, and especially like I'm probably going to cheat in the hunter too, because I'm a trophy hunter now on the
Trophy slut.
Yeah, trophy whore here on the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation system. So to be able to go in and be like, hey, I need help with this achievement, like, the dumb achievements, play online, like win a match or whatever.
Kill 20 crows.
I could go see my other achievement hunters and get it. I think that's really cool. And then the last thing they ended with, I just want to kind of wrap this up here, is the Xbox Scorpio. Very little detail about it. They announced it's out there. They announced it's more powerful.
6 teraflops.
In next fall.
Does anyone know what a teraflop is? If
It's
you know,
a lot of
comment
flops.
below.
It's too many flops. Let me know
I got
what a
6
flop is
teraflops,
down below.
but no, well, never mind.
Maybe a little more.
Yeah, I got a few more than
6.
6.
Really put on some
6
coverage
flaps.
this winter.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I thought that was interesting to start with hardware and end with hardware.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm very interested to see how this plays, because now they're in a marketing thing of, we announced the new piece of hardware, but the next one that we're having next year is going to be more powerful.
Right,
so
August 2016 is the Xbox One S. And then holiday 2017, Christmas, I'm sorry, hate me all you want, Christmas 2017. I just feel like it's really close together. I feel like they kind of BS'd everybody a little bit. And we talked about this after we watched. How can you guarantee that a game running at 4K on the Scorpio is going to run at a high quality on the Xbox One?
And especially when it's that much powerful, like PlayStation, the Neo. I know this is the Xbox segment, but it's closer together in specs from what is rumored. It might not be by the time they announce, but that makes it easier to not have that frame rate drop. So it's gonna be interesting. The developers are now gonna have 2 extra problems with the Scorpio and the Neo to be able to develop for, and just more pain. You're going to see a lot of delays, a lot of games that are broken out of this, I think.
Well, and I think what's crazy to me, too, is one of the things that killed Nintendo as far as hardware coming out with a system was they had a completely different game model. They were asking third-party developers to say, make Call of Duty, but integrate the Wiimote. Do it our way, but we want your game that's out on PlayStation 3, Xbox 360.
Yeah, it's a disaster.
And it won't be as drastic of a change, I think, but you are adding possibly
for this and this,
right?
And they're 2 completely different systems, basically.
Right.
Might as well just make it an Xbox 2, because naming conventions aren't a thing at Microsoft.
Well, and Scorpio is very much not their last name for this thing.
Yeah, but I'm just might as well have announced new hardware. I feel like.
And I think the other thing
at this point, what's Microsoft have to lose?
Right. But I think the other thing they're going to run into with Scorpio is at E3 next year or 2 years from now, when Scorpio is up and running, when Xbox One S is up and running, you're going to have to answer some questions. The game demo we just saw, what was that playing?
Yeah, what's it running on?
Right. And I think their bullcrap is going to be found out, because I really don't believe that you can honestly go out on stage and say, we have this 4K resolution gaming machine, but everything else is going to come out for your brick of an Xbox One.
It's going to be a problem. I agree. So, ladies and gentlemen, what did you think about Xbox's E3 conference? Let us know in the comments below. Like and share our video. Let us know your theories for next year, how Microsoft's going to let this all play out. Let us know. Share this with your friends if you liked our conversation on this. If not, you should still share it. Say, hey, look at these 2 fat guys. Be a bunch of fat guys and talk about nerdy things. It's okay. We would like...
You can make fun of me. I am not self-conscious about my man boobs.
I am. We'd like for you to join the conversation. I'm at Cheeks Jr. on Twitter. He's at Sketchy Mailman. So
He blocked me.
Come and join our conversation on Twitter or in the comments below. Let us know. Come interact. Be part of the Chiptooth family. We're excited to have you along for the ride. Until next time, players, I'm Mike Doherty.
I'm Kyle.
Bunyea.
My last name's too complicated. You won't remember it.
Bunyea, like a Frenchman. Until next time.
Curse the king.